Welcome back, everybody, to a brand new special episode of All Gas, No Trash.
Yes.
Today, oh, go ahead.
If you were here listening to the other podcast available on YouTube, if you were listening to either NPP or CUP, where the introduction of Conspiracy Enforcer was inceptioned. Inception.
What the fuck are you saying?
What's
Was inception?
Incepted?
No, that's not. I don't think it's a word.
Oh my god.
Was instituted?
Instituted was conceived?
Yeah. Was born?
Inceptioned?
Inception? Oh shit! You just got inception.
Then we have a particularly interesting episode of All Gas. This was not what I was expecting to start the year off with, but it was on my mind and I felt like I was obligated to talk about it. So fuck it, we're gonna go after it, and I hope you enjoy it. We even got, well, Josh over here has his own fucking theme song for the
I made it. All right, now listen. This is my best work yet. All right, this may be my crowning achievement.
Dude,
all right,
I don't know how people are gonna receive this, but hopefully they get a kick out of it.
First of all, I just hope they're entertained. All right, but I literally put this together like fucking 2 hours ago. All right, I did it in like 30 minutes. Okay, I don't even think it took me that long. I think it took me like 20 minutes. The hardest part was just fucking figuring out how to do the audio fucking the distortion.
Yeah.
Getting that just right, all right, that was difficult. Also, I don't think I mixed it right, but whatever.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
That's the charm of it, okay?
Yeah. I think the amateur nature of it will
it's endearing.
Yeah.
I may get a record deal after this, all right? Like,
yeah, you might. Shit. Hey, dude, if Bardo can get a deal, so can you.
Hey, that's true. I think I'm better than that, all right?
Yeah.
Anyways, so the way this is going is we're just testing out a new potential idea for a podcast, The Conspiracy Enforcer. And essentially, the first 2 episodes were done on No Party Preference and Central Unintelligence podcast, like you talked about. This is episode number 3. So it's music related, so don't fuck off, because it's conspiracies in music, I guess, but it's still music related.
Yeah, it's not exactly. We'll just stick with that. We'll just stick with that. Yeah.
So anyway, here is the introduction and the theme song for Conspiracy.
We haven't even done the plugs though.
Oh, that's right. Go Game Rage Magazine on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. All Gas No Trash Official on Instagram, YouTube. Substack.com/@ All Gas No Trash Official. All right. Here's the new theme song. Ready, go. Oh wait, first, before I forget, before I do this, maybe turn your headphones down slightly, because I just readjusted the level and it might be insane. So just maybe, fair warning, I warned you. If you blow out your eardrums, now it's on you. All right, so hang on. Here we go. Ready? Here we go.
It's time for the Conspiracy Enforcer. He'll go from Bigfoot to Dawn. If you got a touch of the tism or a brain aneurysm, he'll cover the Ice Falls Ferry and the Illuminati query. If you've got a screw loose, he's got that good juice. Someone call Hillary and warn her. Here comes the Conspiracy Enforcer. Yeah, suck my ball, better.
Shit, every time it gets me, man. I don't know why that's so funny, but it's fucking hilarious. That tickled my funny bone.
Wait, did you unpause the recording?
No, I didn't pause the recording. I just unmuted us.
Oh, okay, all right.
So yeah, we're talking now, but yeah.
Fuck. Dude, that is some of the worst shit ever.
It is, but honestly, my favorite part is right at the end when I say "suck my balls, buddy." So I don't know why I did that. I'll tell you what, I didn't write that down. That was in the moment. At the end, I was like, "Yeah, just suck my balls, buddy," just for no fucking reason. I just felt like throwing it in there.
Oh man!
And then when I played it back, I was like, "Yeah, it's staying in. All right, I like that." Anyways, take that, Bardo.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Hey, Cosmica, why don't you fucking sign me to a goddamn record deal? You can expect more of that.
All right.
Anyway, so conspiracies of journalism and music.
Yeah. All right. So I think, I don't know how, let's just say several months ago, because I don't know the exact timeline, but several months ago, there was a band, their name is the Sinceres, and they're part of Coal Mine Records, and they're also part of Penrose Records here over in Riverside. Riverside, right?
It's a local band.
Yeah, well, I guess label. Yeah, they're from Southeast LA or East LA, whatever. But a while ago, I had seen the LA Times had written an article about this particular band because, to give notoriety to their music that was being released and such. But I didn't actually look at the article, but merely they made something of a social media post, right? And just so you see, it's not bullshit. I'm sure you can look it up on Los Angeles Times and see. I mean, if you could read it off, the
Sinceres. It's a picture of their album. It says, Sinceres craft a love letter to LA Chicano soul on debut album, Sincerely Yours. It says 10, Jesus Christ.
What?
10 tracks of soul perfection. And the quote is attributed to Jessica Lipsky of the Los Angeles Times.
All right, so...
Wait a minute. There are fucking record labels on the bottom of this?
What do you mean?
Oh, they put this out. The record label, Coal Mine.
Yeah, as a press release, right?
Yeah.
But I'm sure the article exists. I just don't want to look at it.
Whatever.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
The part that matters to me is that this woman named Jessica Lipsky, right?
Yeah.
So I knew who this woman was prior because she had written this book called It Ain't Retro, and it's kind of it's an encapsulation of everything that's happened in soul music over the last, couple decades. And it talks about Daptone Records, which is the record label that was co-founded by Gabe Roth, who is now here in Riverside with Penrose Records, like a sister label or a daughter label, I guess, or whatever it might be. So this woman had written a book encapsulating pretty much everything that was happening in soul music over the last couple decades and how it hasn't gotten away. It's never gotten out of style. So she's familiar with more or less all the figures of soul music from New York and also from Los Angeles, right?
Yeah.
So she's very involved with a number of groups that exist here and also on the East Coast. So when I see somebody like this writing an article in the LA Times that's basically just written fellatio, right? It's just a fluff piece to get people interested or to basically give like the thumb of approval or star of approval from a national publication like the Los Angeles Times. I don't know if I like that. And I don't know if this was like the conspiracy itself, but that's kind of what I was getting at, is that somebody that's so tied in, who has met numerous people in this scene, is writing an article about a band she more or less loves, when you, as a journalist, I imagine you're supposed to have some kind of objectivity or objective lens, but there's none of that. It's just kind of like it in the title itself. It seems kind of problematic.
Well, think about that. I don't know if you read her whole little like blurb about who she is. She's also the Recording Academy's managing editor. Yeah. So the fucking Grammys, right? Like, she's their managing fucking editor. Yeah. Like, of course you're connected to at a position like that, you're connected to everybody. Yeah. And I mean, sure, maybe she does actually like the Sinceres or whatever, or maybe she got, something to juice the wheels to fucking write this really good fucking article about him. I don't know.
Or maybe it's both.
It could be both.
Yeah.
Could be a little bit of both.
But nonetheless, it wasn't an album review, which would really reveal, and maybe she would like it regardless, but if she had some opinions that would be contrary to or be unfavorable to Coal Mine Records or the Sinceres, you wouldn't hear it, which is why we got this fluff piece article that would basically summarize, oh, why the Sinceres are great, why this and that. And it's mostly harmless, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. It kind of rubs me the wrong way. What do you have to say about it?
Yeah, it definitely. I'm kind of like I've been kind of like reading or skimming through the article or whatever, and yeah, it does kind of rub me the wrong way in the sense that I feel like as someone of this level of import, right? Like, I mean, she writes for the Washington Post, the LA Times, the New York Times. I mean, major publications.
Yeah,
right?
I respect her game.
Yeah, I respect that. But at the same time, I also I shouldn't fully expect this because obviously I know how the world works. But I would expect that there would be some sort of level of, journalistic integrity and give, like a legitimate, unbiased opinion on something, especially if you're like quote unquote reviewing music or you're talking about music that's like hot, I guess, or whatever. I don't know what the word is for that. But if you're like reviewing music, you should try to be as unbiased as possible. And listen, on our album review that we did of Dre and Snoop, listen, I love Dre and Snoop, but that album sucked balls. All right. Just like if this lady, sure, maybe she really likes the Sinceres, but at that situation, if I go in, like, I know I like fucking Metallica, right? We're not going to review the whatever if Metallica comes out with a new album because I'm just going to fucking love it. I feel like that's easy. That's easy street. And that's kind of like, that's not really sincere. Get it?
Yes, I got it.
My jokes are a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Anyways, man, that was a terrible joke, but whatever. I don't like that. I think that
because we were talking last week about how people that are journalists are somewhat compromised, right? Mm-hmm. And this is exactly how somebody can be compromised, is that they get fucking in too deep with somebody. And it's like, oh, hey, would you write an article about us? Oh, sure. But we also need it to be positive.
Yeah. And here's a little of this, a little cash.
No, I don't know anything about that.
Oh,
but let's just say she's able to go to concerts for free, or who the fuck knows what it is.
Yeah.
But or even what if it's a negative reinforcement and saying if you don't write something nice about us, then goodbye to saying goodbye for any future interviews you would have with any of our fucking artists.
Oh yeah, that's a huge possibility.
So at the very least, when it comes to us, and I understand this is apples and oranges. We're talking about podcasts versus, somebody
award-winning New York Times editorials.
Yeah. But at the very least, even if we do have ties, which we somewhat do, I mean, maybe it's one or two.
Yeah,
maybe three.
Maybe.
At most, but
at best.
That doesn't stop us from saying what we actually, and dude, I've lost numerous followers for saying shit about literally anything, because I personally believe that having integrity and saying how you feel about certain circumstances or situations, truthfully, regardless of whether you feel a certain way or not, if you're biased, like I'm trying to eliminate that shit.
Yeah.
If I like an artist, I'm going to give a review to the most objective degree possible. And I'm hoping that's what we're doing here. And maybe this is why people give up on reading articles when it comes to national publications, because you always see that, dude. You always see things like that where people get nice shit written about them.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I wrote something unsavory about Cosmica.
Right.
Knowing full well that technically Lana doesn't work at the management side, but rather the label side.
Yeah.
But I was willing to do it because I didn't like the signing. And I feel like I got a little bit more respect because I was fucking honest. Like, I think the co-founder, or rather the founder of Cosmica Management, respects me a little bit more because I was willing to say what maybe he possibly believes. I don't know.
Maybe, or maybe what nobody was willing to tell him when the time came up. I don't know.
And if nothing else, it's funny. Like,
Yeah,
he's like,
true.
who the fuck is this asshole telling me how to do my job? Like, you know, like,
Who is this nobody? Who's this peon telling me how to fucking run a record management or artist management?
Because imagine reading their shit, right?
Yeah.
Imagine reading their profile or looking at their profile and seeing the numerous pieces, the numerous fluff pieces. Oh, Cosmica. We now signed 3 artists. They're excellent. They're great. They're going to do awesome. We can't wait to see how many doors open. And then you get somebody like me that's actually fucking honest, saying what I really believe. And I don't know if I got, you know, I want to believe that I try to be as factual as possible, but
Yeah.
That's an honest opinion. That's real. That's how I felt about the situation. And when it comes to somebody like this that's just writing, it's more of the same, dude. It's more of what you would expect from Pitchfork or the LA Times and New York Times, that whenever you get an article written that about you as an artist, that it just amounts to just fluff pieces.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know what the ratio is of like positive to negative pieces that are written by like this person. I'm not gonna sit there and fucking look it up because I don't give a fuck. But I mean, I just would be curious to know.
Do you think that's why we've pivoted towards, I guess, music curators or music influencers, somebody like Anthony Fantano and perhaps other people that do something of a similar note, because they're willing to actually be honest about how they feel about music? Like, they're uncompromised. Like, they just do it because they love music. And yeah, sure, they've garnered a fair amount of attention and been able to make like a living off of it, right? But that's what people are looking for, right?
Yeah, I guess that's what they want. And really, what I think people want is, I think people just want their biases confirmed. That's what I think people
They want their biases. Yeah, that's true.
As we've learned from the Snoop Dogg, I hate going back to that as an example, but it's very true. Most people just want people to say that this is good, and that's it. And they don't want to hear anything otherwise.
Or they get mad about it.
Oh, generally they do get mad about it. But.
Or they it's something they can get hot about because it's like, I can't be wrong on my opinion about this fucking thing.
Go listen to fucking Genesis Owusu and tell me that fucking Snoop and Dre was better than that.
Yeah.
I fucking defy you. I dare you to go listen to that fucking latest Genesis Owusu album and tell me that shit's not better than fucking Dre and Snoop's.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no fucking way. You're just wrong. and again, that's people's biases getting in their way. And I do think that in not just music journalism, but all journalism, yeah, people have their biases, right? And they're going to write things that they agree with. I don't think there's a lot of people that are giving true unbiased opinions, because if you look at anything, somebody always has their own personal opinion about what they think about the issue. And they're going to write the shit, whether consciously or unconsciously, it's going to be written with their biases already in play, whether it's blatant or not, or whether they're doing it on purpose or not. And that's what I think we try to actively avoid, is try to go in with a fresh slate. Even like that fucking stupid ass, what was that stupid ass album that you made me listen to? Part of those songs, they were like 8 minutes long and they were fucking terrible.
Songs of Lost World from The Cure?
Yeah, The Cure. Man, I already really don't like The Cure anyways, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to go in, I'm going to listen to these songs and just see what I think. And I gave it an honest shot, and it turned out it was still terrible. But regardless, I gave it an honest go.
Dude, and then on top of that, so while we're on that subject, and I think you looked it up in the same episode because you were curious to see what the reviews were.
Yeah.
It was one of the critically acclaimed albums for 2024, and I still don't fully believe it. I think that's the legacy of The Cure leaking into public opinion.
Yeah.
That they could, or rather, it's the rose-tinted glasses. Is that the right analogy?
Yeah. Rose-colored glasses. Or rose, yeah.
That people can't unsee The Cure for what, at least for this particular album, they couldn't see it for what it was. Because, it's The Cure. I can't do them dirty. I love them. But no, dude, 4 minutes of fucking instrumentals before getting to the actual thing, dude. That is horseshit. I'm not somebody that's so easily dissuaded from music when you have instrumentals at play, but when you have just this guitar distortion and just weird noises for that's enough for me to not care.
It's unnecessary.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not against instrumental shit. Hell, I've made fucking 4 albums of straight instrumental shit. I got no issues with that at all. But I feel like it needs to be good.
Yeah.
Don't just give me that horse shit for 4 minutes if you just fiddle fucking about. And then all of a sudden, you're going to come in with words and then change shit. This is like, what the fuck is going on here? So, yes. I agree with you. But
yeah, so in summary, man, I mean, when it comes to talking about music, I hope we're evaluating it in some type of way that's not just ball wash. I mean, we ball washed Baby for a minute, but that was warranted.
Man,
and also, she hasn't done anything for us other than sharing our shit.
Hold on. We didn't even fucking.
We didn't tell her to do that.
Well, first of all, we did the album review, and then she shared our shit after we did it. This was we created this, put it out with no hell. I would have never fucking thought that no one has reached out to us personally about their album, an album review that we did of theirs.
Yeah,
I mean, hell, we ball washed fucking Ginger Root because that's a fucking great album.
Yeah,
and Ginger Root didn't holler at us.
No,
he didn't hear us, so he didn't holler at us.
Yeah,
so Baby did, and we got lucky, and that's cool. But we didn't do it for that.
Yeah, and that's to say that regardless of what she did for us, being helpful and getting more eyes and ears on it for that episode, that doesn't mean the next fucking album we're gonna be doing that shit.
True.
Ball washing. Yeah, if her shit sucks,
you're getting a new asshole
railed.
ripped. All right,
you're getting fucking railed with a slew of words.
Oh, a slew of horrible words, horrific fucking descriptions is what you will be getting if your shit sucks.
Yeah,
and I think that's fair. And here's the other thing that's sad or that sucks is. Sure, we ball washed Baby because we liked this thing, right? Who knows? Maybe this turns us into getting a nice, cool interview with her or something. That'd be great, right? And then in a year and a half or 18 to 24 months, whenever she puts out the next album, right? Let's say it's fucking terrible. And we'll never fucking hear from her again if we do that.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
I'm also okay with that.
Because I want to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fucking just say it's good to keep you around.
Yeah, I mean, shit, it'd be a luxury to make friends with people that are artists, but I mean, I don't think everything we do is gold. And if they told us that we were doing shit, fine. You're entitled to your opinion, and that's fair. But we're still gonna carry on doing this shit. If we suck, whatever. We really get.
As most people who make music should carry on making shit regardless of what our dumbasses say.
Yeah.
All right. Well. There's a couple exceptions to that. They should stop making music immediately. But, I think you know who you are. All right, you fucking know who you are.
If your heart started palpitating a little bit, then you already know.
It's you. We're discussing you.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, I don't know. What else you got for this one?
Oh no, that was it. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't even expecting to make an episode out of this, but hopefully it rustles some fucking jimmies or activates some almonds. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully it fucking pissed some people off. Anyways, all right, cool. I guess we'll end it here. So this, if you want to listen to more Conspiracy Enforcer, then go to fucking the Central Unintelligence Podcast and No Party Preference and listen to episodes 1 and 2 on those. Stay tuned potentially for more. If you like this, if you like conspiracy shit, not just music, all right? If you just like conspiracy theories and ridiculous shit like that, tell your friends. Tell everybody to go listen to the Conspiracy Enforcer on those episodes. Because again, the metric that I'm using is if during the month of January these episodes get more than what the average is for whatever podcast it's on, it's going to become its own podcast. That's pretty much how it's going to go. So, anyways, all right. Go to Game Rage Magazine on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Game Rage Mag on Twitter. All Gas No Trash Official. Instagram, YouTube. Also, Substack.com /@ All Gas No Trash Official. for all your latest musical needs.
I got an article on the way. I don't think it's going to be done anytime soon. I think actually what's going to end up happening is I'm probably going to write some type of article about AKBK when her show happens next week, so I can just get it down on paper, and then I have to break this thing down into smaller pieces. So basically, I've come up with an article of what elements I look at to evaluate an artist. Like, so I'm going to be having each category and then an artist that is doing it as an exemplary case. But I don't think I'm going to be able to write it all in one go. It's going to have to be in pieces because it's just going to take too much time.
Will there be a companion episode of that for All Gas No Trash?
I mean, if you want to talk about it, like, yeah, because I might as well do that just so I can cover it on both fucking ends. So I just want to hear what you think about, like, what, because maybe this could be the standard in which we evaluate artists, and like what could be the things that they are doing that lead to breakout potential, I guess. Yeah,
that's very interesting. Yes, I think we should do an episode about that.
All right.
Because I'll be honest, I'm not going to read the article. So.
All right, fine. That's cool.
Anyways, but you should read the article. I don't like to read, and I'm kind of illiterate, so that's probably why. Anyways, all right, that's the end of it. I guess we'll catch you guys on the next one.